Happy New Year to you too, Jeanette.
Well, I heard this morning on CBC, the first time you see somebody's face, and this is the first time I'm seeing your face, that you're allowed to say Happy New Year. So I hope you and Nina had a fabulous New Year's.
Yeah, well, we did. Of course, we were dead asleep by 10, but it was a great New Year.
Yeah, same here, same here. So, I love this getting together and talking about the stats and, what's the market going on. There's so much different narrative that's going on. So, Andy.
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah. So I think we should get right into it because let's clear the slate so 2026 can be an extraordinary year in real estate.
You bet. Okay, let's go. Let's jump right into it and see what the market has done in 2025 and perhaps where it will go in 2026. So, Fraser Valley Real Estate Board MLS stats, sales for the month of December, 919 sales. That's a decline of 2.5% from November and a 7.5% decline from December 2024. So sales have been trending downwards. We've seen up to 40-year lows on sales. In terms of number of sales, active listings in line with seasonal patterns. Our new listings fell sharply in December, declining 39% month over month, down to 1,350 new listings. Overall, inventory remained above seasonal norms, ending the year with 6,965 active listings. So take the active listings and the sales, and we look at inventory. Our total inventory was 6,965. That's down 24.3%. from November and up 10% from December. However, and we'll see this on the charts as I go next, you can see here that last year, November, our listings were way up, and that's that 39% drop. Our sales volume is in line with November of 2024. Actually, that's December 2024, November of last 2025, and December 2025. However, this number is still very low. Taking a little bit closer look at our months of inventory, this is very interesting. Our inventory has dropped down to 7.6. That means our inventory, our sales remained the same, but a lot of listings came off the market or people did not list in the month of December. We saw a huge pullback in terms of inventory. Does this mean that the market will tighten up going forward into 2026? Still too early to tell. We'll probably see some surges in inventory listings coming out in January. However, this is a very interesting number, this 7.6 months of inventory.
That's a big dip.
It is a very big dip. And then you can see here, if we look at our inventory and we break it down to apartments, townhouses, and detached, all of them have dropped down almost into balanced territory, which is between 5 and 7 months of inventory. And that, we've been so long in buyer territory in terms of the marketplace, the sales to active listing ratio, but we've come back a little bit into that. Pricing is still, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months of decline in terms of our Fraser Valley Housing Price Index for detached homes, townhomes, and condominiums. However, this is what I look at it, and this is what I call it. I call it a pause. I don't call it a collapse in pricing. We have seen a very steady decline. It has been upheld by ongoing sales. Sellers have readjusted their pricing models, not on the 2022 to that everything is skyrocketing, but that they need to price themselves sharply to attract buyers. And this is that steady decrease in pricing, 1 or 2% a month. Looking at this price though on the index and going to the March of 2022, the high, we've probably come down about 20% in terms of pricing. For the year, we've come down about 7.5%. So it has been that very steady decline, but we don't see that surge of a drop that is a collapse. It has become a pause. Buyers have paused. They're waiting to see what's going to happen, and we'll they're on the sidelines. We did see a little bit of a surge in December. However, it is to be seeing what happens in 2026. Here we are looking at Langley. You can see again the decrease in inventory. Townhomes way down there, detached homes way down. A lot of homes came off the market for Christmas, and they expired, and they're just come back in January or February. And again, here's our Langley statistics home price index. You can see there's a high of in November of 2024, almost a year ago, 1,618,400, and in the end of December, we're at 1,514,400. That is, just over $100,000 drop in terms of pricing. And the same can be said with the townhomes and condominiums. There's that 7 or 8 month drop in our HPI price index. So that's our numbers for this month. Happy New Year. It's the year of the horse. I found this one saying, movement favors the prepared. I'm always working to be prepared with my clientele, and I love the idea that it's the horse, because this is forward movement, and it is a movement that is positive.
So Andy, I'll get you to forward your slide off the screen.
Yes.
Oh, and we're back on February the 6th. That's awesome. Yeah. I look forward to that. So let's dive into that word that you just used, prepared, and that word pause. I did watch your video on YouTube the other day, and I really appreciated that word. And truly, the numbers show that. Like you said, it didn't go, it's just, so if we can use that prepared to pause, how can that benefit a buyer right now with the numbers?
Yeah, I mean, buyers are in a very envious position. They have great negotiating position. If they're ready, willing, and prepared to purchase a home, they have lots of choice. They can take a look at many homes and compare them without feeling that they need to make a decision quickly, which then puts you into that position that they have lots of time to make a decision. And that means that, they can look at a house and they can think, hey, we can wait till next week, or hey, we can wait till next month, or we can wait till next season. But if you do see the house that works for you and you're ready to move, work on that listing, get the best price possible, because in 10 years from now, it's not going to matter. You're going to have 10 years of living in that home. Buyers are sitting on the sidelines and really worried that as the market starts to turn, that there'll be a little bit of a surge, and that buyers will not have that same opportunity as they have right now. You never buy at the very bottom, and you never sell at the very top, but you can do it over the trend, and it's the product that matters more than the dollar figure, because if you live in your home for 10, 20 years, those memories of when you purchased will be long forgotten over the enjoyment of living in your home.
So now let's spin it around to the sellers. And what I look in when you share those numbers, sure enough, you can look at the what's not happened, but the what has happened. There's still people buying and selling homes, almost 1,000. There's still movement. There's still people actively wanting to move along. So now taking that word pause and apply it to sellers. It's going to be so important with that word pause in a seller.
Because you really, really, really need to be strategic. And if you're a seller, you need to put in the effort to make a great presentation. I love great presentations. You need to have full set of marketing tools that can put your listing out there and make sure that you get the widest breadth of buyers taking a look. And you need to be positioned well in terms of pricing, because buyers will move closer to a price that is more affordable to them, and they don't feel like they have to reach or try and negotiate the seller down. If you're priced well, you will sell at your list price, but you need to be at that list price in the marketplace. So this is a really important thing, is marketing, presentation, preparation, and price. But then most sellers, they turn around and become buyers, and you want to put yourself in that buyer position as fast as you can, so that you get your home sold, because you're buying in the same market. You get your home sold, and then you're in that envious position of being that buyer where you have time, you have negotiating power, and you have lots of choice.
So from what I'm hearing, Andy, do you think we're going to go into that where people are pricing that 100,000, 200,000 lower, hoping there's going to be that bidding war that's happened in the past? Do you feel that's going to happen?
No, that underselling, no. That is pretty well fallen off the hillside. Although, you know, I have reduced listings by $100,000. We have found buyers, but we've sold very, very close to the listing price, like within $5,000, $10,000. And, you know, if we're priced well, I am there to stand behind that price with any buyer that comes in the door. We had one listing that we had brought down to a very significant pricing level, and we had an offer that was $100,000 less. The seller and I decided, you know what, it's just not worth discussing. And I told the buyer's agent, just if you come back with a better offer that's within the marketplace, we'll talk. But right now, we just don't want to waste our breath.
Yeah. So that pause is valuable use of time to make smart decisions right now. So good. And when you're talking about the market in Langley, we both know it's a fantastic place to live. And I just want to update you. I was at a Rotary meeting this morning, and we had a presentation from the Bard in the Valley, which is a nonprofit theater company. And this year they're trying out the Langley Senior Resource Center to host their first round, January 22nd to February the 8th. It's Macbeth. And then going into the summer season, of course, they offer free, I didn't know this, down at Douglas Park. They offer up plays for free to bring the community together.
Yeah.
So you want to buy your house, you want to get settled now so you can enjoy the summer, all the different things that happen in the summertime in both the city and the township. It's a hub just about every single day and every single weekend, starting in May until about October. There's something going on in our beautiful area that we live in.
Just a little side note there. My brother was Julius Caesar a couple of years ago in the summer of Bard in the Valley. So we enjoyed it, and his death scene was traumatic. I just forgot one number for you before we go. Township of Langley, the assessments have come out. Township of Langley was down 2.9%. Across the Fraser Valley, 7% down. Township of Langley, City of Langley have held their own in terms of pricing. But Fort Langley as a village is up 2.9% in terms of assessed value. So that's where you want to come. You want to live in Langley, Fort Langley, because here the values are holding.
Yeah, that's really good information.
Yeah, I'll let that go. Just put it out there for thought.
Well, that's a positive that I think we should leave on. So everybody has an extraordinary 2026. That's my word right now, is extraordinary, because it's a horse year. It's a number one year. And I know Andy is a number one resource. Should go that way. We pointed there for real estate and much, much more in the township and the city of Langley.
You bet. Okay, Jeanette, we'll talk to you soon. And we might have a very special announcement for next month.
You'll want to stay tuned.
You'll want to stay tuned.